Good afternoon, all in YouTube land. Welcome to the Bahamian Onion. I'm your host, Jessica Pfeiffer. Today is a day I mark with us starting a real conversation, and today's conversation is MGTOW and how that will eventually affect dating and mating in the Caribbean, especially the Bahamas. For those countrymen of mine who may be wondering, hey, what is MGTOW, man? I never heard of that nonsense. Well, MGTOW is just a thing now, I believe it's been going on for a little over a year from what I've been watching on YouTube, from popular and as well as unpopular channels. And all it means to say is men are officially going their own way. I think that there have been recorded that there's been numerous reasons as to why that is. The policing of language, the policing overall of bringing about nonsense such as toxic masculinity. There's no such thing as toxic masculinity. There's no such thing to me as toxic femininity. So we're going to actually have that conversation and really talk more about what that will do here in the Bahamas as well as in the other Caribbean nations. We've always been a nation that's been used to men and women getting on and mating and dating and just simply enjoying each other's company. Now, I can say that where there's no such thing as toxic femininity, I can definitely agree that feminism has become overtly toxic, even against women who are just simply saying we are honoring what feminism really is. Feminism is a choice. A choice. It's a choice to be a mom. It's a choice to be a wife and a mother. It's a choice to be single and, dare I say, free spirited. It's my opinion that it's definitely toxic feminism that's contributed to MGTOW, as well as all sorts of unfair, biased laws that have caused men to lose heart and even bothering to pursue even a conversation. And overall, I'm hoping that will not be the case for my country. I'm going to share with you possibly an opinion formatted for sure from that of your garden variety Bahamian woman on something like this if you explain to her what MGTOW was and what's going on. My child, I know what you're talking about. MGTOW, men going their own way. I never heard of such nonsense in all my life. They'll never go their own way. They'll never go their own way. They always need us. We important. We matter. How you think I get my nails done, my hair done? I live my best life on these men's. I can't express at this time what men of my country would possibly, have to say to something like that, but more than likely they would share exactly what the rest of the men in the Western Hemisphere are dealing with overall as they watch their fellow men move themselves out of the dating market. They're not wrong for it. I definitely don't think you're wrong for it at all. Because if you see something on the table and it don't look right to you, then you're allowed to remove it. Like just remove it if it doesn't bring you joy. As one famous author and organizer, I can't remember her name. I'm going to do my best to add her name in the description, or y'all could all do me a favor and just put her name there. But if it doesn't bring you joy, leave. There's nothing wrong with leaving something you have a disagreement with. The only downside is it's going to bring down society. It's accountability now more than ever on us women. It's my opinion now, ladies and gentlemen. Today's video is going to be relatively short as I will share my opinion on this. Men aren't wrong for wanting to leave, if that is the case, because I always say, go where you're happy, go where you're happy, go where you can make that happiness. If that's your own peace of mind, staying to yourself, fine. The same goal. It doesn't benefit society for us to think like this. People need people. It's not about who needs who more than who. People really need people. My honest assertion is that women, we are the majority in this. We agreed to this last length of feminism. We agreed to the nonsense of what had started out pretty well in body positivity. Now it's just been perverse, whereas women have given up and on their bodies, on maintaining themselves the right way. I'm not going to throw in anything like any Christian views, but the right way means the healthy way, because in mating and dating, you ought to want to just be healthy and help the growth of your family and the growth of your country. And you cannot do that being 20, 30, 40 and up overweight and expect, hey, well, men's brains work like ours. Yeah, in the general sense they do, but men are visual creatures. Men are entitled to seek out their best option. You can't go cry and say, well, I'm not going to date a broke guy. Then why should a guy in general date you if you weigh more than he does? That's not fair. That's not right. So again, I can understand why men want to like literally go their own way. They're not wrong. They're not wrong. It's just it's up to us to see what's wrong, and that's going to take a lot of pride swallowing, and then that's going to take us taking true accountability for ourselves to control what is within our own power to control if we wish to keep the peace and to avoid the situation in America and Canada from happening to us. I haven't forgotten Europe as well as Europe. To avoid that, I believe that we must be better versions of ourselves. And if we are quote unquote fine without men because I can do it on my own, I'm strong, I'm independent. All of these lovely things are good, but you have to factor in you don't build the houses. The carpenters do. And the majority of carpenters, especially in the Bahamas, are men. The majority of the plumbers in our country are men. So